First and foremost, I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash, and double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops on down, and overall to the sincere among us, you brothers out there that's pushing this truth. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Brakatham, to you, whom is the elect, whom this gospel is for, and it's your brother Laban. And what I want to do is I want to get right into the book of Psalms 24 in verse 7. And Lord willing, at the end thereof, you is edified. So let's begin here as this reads. Lift up your heads, O ye gates, and be ye lift up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. So this is referring to those that were called, which will be the future heads or leaders of the kingdom of heaven. All right. Because the leaders of the people, especially, of course, the judges, and as well as the king himself, were stationed at the gates. And there was a lot going on at the gates. You know, in ancient Israel, you had discussions that was had amongst elders, and, you know, commerce was, a lot of that was going on at the gates. And just to prove that, I want to read a little bit of this over here. I want to read the Social and Economic Hub, and we're going to read this as well. So this reads, the city gate was a bustling center of commerce and social interaction. Merchants would set up stalls to sell their goods, and travelers would gather to exchange news and information. In Proverbs 31, verse 23, the virtuous woman's husband is described as being respected at the city gate, where he sits among the elders of the land. This indicates the gate's role as a place of social standing and community engagement, judicial and legal functions. The city gate also served as a courtroom where legal matters, where educated elders and judges would sit at the gate to hear disputes and render decisions. In Deuteronomy 21 and verse 19, it is instructed that a rebellious son should be brought to the elders at the gate of his judgment, at the gate of his city for judgment. Similarly to Ruth 4 verse 1 to 11, Boaz goes to the city gate to settle the matters of redeeming Ruth, highlighting the gate's function as a place of legal transaction and covenant making. So there you go. So that's where the judges would, you know, perform their offices, so to speak. All right. And as well as this reads, political and administrative center, to include politically, the city gate was a place where leaders and officials conducted city business. Kings and rulers would often make proclamations or hold audience at the gate. In 2 Samuel 19 and 8, King David sits at the city gate to address his people, demonstrating the gate's role as a venue for political leadership and communication. So there you go. So where it reads, lift up ye heads, O ye gates. Again, that's referring to those which was called in, which will be the future leaders and heads of the kingdom of heaven, which is indeed the elect. And so the elect are going to what? Be doing the Father's will. Just like Yahushua said to his disciples, when his relatives finally found him, he said to his disciples that they are his relatives. In the words that he used, that they are the brothers and his sisters. All right. Them that do the will of my Father which is in heaven. So they're going to be the ones to be afforded the reward, which is the kingdom. All right. So as this reads, lift up your heads, O ye gates, and be ye lift up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Which the glory, the King of glory in this case is referring to Yahushua. All right. And the thing that which lifts up men, as it is written in the book of Sirach 11 and verse 1, as this reads, wisdom lifteth up the head of him that is of low degree, and maketh him to sit among great men. So when we came in contact with the men that was teaching the truth, we were coming from low degree. And so we basically learned of Yahweh Shai, as well as it's written in the book of, if I'm correct, Jeremiah 34, where it reads that the Heavenly Father will set up pastor after his own heart, and they shall teach you wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. I'm roughly paraphrasing just a bit there, but you get where I'm coming from. So basically what we were taught basically was of Yahweh Shai. All right. So just to prove that as well, because what was said in the book of John 1 and verse 14 is that he was the word which was made flesh. In other words, he was in the flesh. He came as a man, mere mortal, just like how we are mere mortals right now. And if so, we endure to the very end, we will be changed and will bear the second image as he is currently is right now. All right. Right now, we're bearing his first image. So, John 1 and 14, as this reads, and the word was made flesh and dwelt among us. And we beheld his glory, and the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. So there you go. So once again, when this reads, as I'm going to read again, lift up ye heads, O ye gates, and be ye lift up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in, meaning Yahweh Shai is going to be accepted of the rest of his elect that he has called within his grace period. So because we've accepted him, now we're doing what he did. All right. We've taken on board his wisdom, which is the wisdom, the truth. So now I want to read verse 8. Who is this King of glory? The Lord strong and mighty, and the Lord mighty in battle, and the Lord is going to battle against the dragon. Revelations 12 and 7, and Isaiah, if I'm correct, 63. So he's going to battle the dragon, which the dragon represents this kingdom, which who rules this kingdom? The Edomites. So basically, he's going to be overthrown by Yahweh Shai, the Edomites, Salakia. The Edomites are going to be overthrown by Yahweh Shai. That's what I meant to say. Excuse me there. So as this reads, it says, lift up your heads, O ye gates, even lift them up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is the King of glory? The Lord of hosts, and he is the King of glory, Salah. And the Lord is going to come with the heavenly host of heaven, as well as it's written that as birds flying, so shall the Lord defend Jerusalem. Because you're going to have the fathership, and as well as you're going to have the multitude of those chariots, which are going to be besides him, as it is written, thousands and thousands. All right. So now what I want to do is I want to read Wisdom in Solomon 1 and verse 1. Love righteousness, ye that be judges of the earth. Think of the Lord with a good heart, and in simplicity of the heart seek him, as it is, as well as is written. Seek the Lord 10 times more. And how do we seek the Lord? To do all of these things that's written in the scriptures. That's how we seek the Lord, to make our calling and our election sure. All right. And we do this based on our action, showing that we have a good heart towards our maker. Luke 6 and verse 45, a good man out of the good treasure of his heart bringeth forth that which is good. And an evil man out of the evil treasure of his heart bringeth forth that which is evil. For the abundance of the heart his mouth speaketh. Exactly. So we're also speaking good. And what is the good that we speak? We speak this truth, which comes from Yahweh Shai, the King of kings, the Lord of lords, which was nailed to the cross, that died for our sins. And so what are we doing when we speak the truth? We're exalting him, as well as he's known as the truth, the way, and the light. Okay? So each and every time we do these lessons, and each and every time we go out and go for the speaking, what we're really doing is we're exalting Yahweh Shai. All right? And so we will be exalted by him the same way. and we will receive the kingdom. We will be the leaders of that new world, the real new world order, should I say. Luke 8, and yeah, let's read this. I want to begin by reading verse 11. Now the parable is this: the seed is the word of the Most High. Those by the wayside are they that hear, then cometh. This is quite similar to Matthew's 13. There cometh the devil and taketh away the word out of their hearts, lest they should believe and be saved. And this is what happens when you're out in the street teaching. Like, someone will come up and they'll be, listening attentively. And then all of a sudden, someone comes around to distract this guy. And basically that was the devil that came, that jumped on that individual to distract that individual from receiving the truth. Because not everybody's going to receive this thing. It's only going to be for those that were bidden to receive this thing. Okay, primarily the elect, but as well as it's written, also many are called and few are chosen. So you just got people out there, for the most part, that are never going to taste of this truth, because it's not meant for them to. Luke 8 and verse 13, and they on the rock are they which, when they hear, receive the word with joy, and these have no root, which for a while believe, and in the time of temptation fall away. So you have apostates, which will come and endure for a while, and the time of great temptation will come upon the world. And yes, you're going to have men that have did their time in this truth, and they're going to fall out at the last minute, because now it's just going to get real out here, and Lord willing, we ain't going to be one of those men that are going to fall out at the last minute, and we're going to go and endure this thing to the very end, even if it means death. All right. Even if it means we have to lose it all, including our lives. Because look what we're going to get back in return is what was told to the Apostle Peter and the 12. Matter of fact, let me go and read that real quick. Then answered Peter and said unto him, behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And Yahushua said unto them, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And every one that hath forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life. But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. So there you go. So that's what we're going to get in return if we forsake all. Okay? So we're going to have way more than what we've even dreamed of having. So, yeah, where was I at before, man? I've read this already. Yeah, I'm just trying to meditate on where I was at before. All right. Yeah, so as this reads, they on the rock are they which when they hear receive the word with joy, and these have no root, which for a while believe, and in time of temptation fall away. And that which fell among thorns are they, which when they have heard go forth and are choked with the cares and riches and pleasures of this life. That's the IUIC, especially the leader of it, which he's known as Bishop Nathaniel, and bring no fruit to perfection. Absolutely. And even including IGBK as well, the leader of that church, General Yohana. Because really, when you think about it, the real leaders of these churches, they're the ones that's making the real money. While everybody's putting in that work, all of the men of those churches are put in the work. They're just raking in the money. Verse 15, but that on the good ground are they, which is in an honest and good heart, having heard the word, keep it, and bring forth fruit with patience. As it is written, he that endureth to the end, same shall be saved. All right. And what this also brings to, when we keep the word, 1 John 2 and verse 5, he that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments is a liar. We'll begin by reading verse 4, and the truth is not in him. But whoso keepeth his word, in him truly is the love of the Most High perfected. Hereby know we that we are in him. Exactly. So that's the point. For verily is the love of the Most High perfected. So if we've perfected the love of the Most High, what will be next? The Lord is going to show us love by showing us mercy. Or should I say, first showing us grace, which we're under the grace period, more so, and then the mercy which will come. Okay? Isaiah 65 and verse 9, and I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob, and out of Judah an inheritor of my mountains, and mine elect shall inherit it, and my servant shall dwell there. And a part of the Lord's love, which will be showing, is to give us the kingdom of heaven. And as this reads, and Sharon shall be a fold of flocks in the valley of Achor, and these are all areas of which will be in Israel when we go back there. A place for the herds to lie down in, for my people that have sought me. Right, because the elect are going to be the ones to return. As it is written in the book of Isaiah, if I'm correct, 1 and 10, it says that Israel be as the sand of the sea, but a remnant shall return. So again, it goes back to the remnant, and they're going to be blessed in the kingdom of heaven. They're going to be the leaders of the people, and they're going to be abundant. They're going to have it all. All right? Just like Yahushua told the apostle Peter and the 12, if they forsake all, what will they get in return? So if we fulfill the love of the Lord, which is done by action to the very end, then we'll be afforded those positions, kings and priests and judges of the Most High forever. So yeah, that's all I have to say on this right here. I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and the Son, Yahweh, Baal Shem, Yahweh Shai, Baal Shem, Rakah, Radash. And with that, I'm going to close on this one. Shalom. Lord willing, you was edified on this. Shalom.